Hello and welcome back to another week at DroneDJ. This week we've got a few stories kicking off with a $200,000 prize for Sky Pixel contest. We also have a new drone from DJI that's not going to be coming to stores near you. Adding to that, there is a new drone from Brink, or actually they started delivering the second generation of their drone to public safety. And I also found out two other software stories for those of you who want to try to the mapping on any of your drones. I thought this was a nice software to try out. So let's start with Sky Pixel. Kirk, you were talking about the $200,000 price drop, right?
Yeah, so of course every year DJ does this in SkyPixel. They do these contests for us to kind of figure out who's the best, right? And this is another one.
It's so subjective. I mean,
It is, and they have some
it's
really cool.
hard.
They
I
have some
mean, photo
judges come
video
in.
is you can't really judge it to say which one is the best. Really,
Yeah,
it's which one is more people liking it more. I guess composition. There's the whole assessment from the art, the photo art. I mean,
yeah.
I can never get it.
But they have some pretty awesome prizes this year. There's some pretty cool judges. Let's see. You have National Geographic's photo editor Anna Farah, Southern Weekly's photo director Nan Lee, cinematographer Michael Fitzmaurice, I think you pronounce it, from Jumanji. Um, we have Brandon Lee, who's a filmmaker. So they're pretty awesome judges. And then the top winner from the video. So they have the photo section, they have the video section. There's a whole bunch of different like requirements you have to do for both of them, and you can read the article on what those requirements are. But the winners of the video section, the top winner gets the Inspire 3, which from my experience, it's a pretty awesome drone. I enjoy flying it. So that would be a pretty cool win for someone. Especially, even imagine if like the person who wins as like a Mini 2 or something, and then like that's
Right
like their
there, the
main.
annual prizes.
Yeah, like imagine like you just your main drone's with a Mini 2, and you win the competition. Also, now you have an Inspire 3. Like, like a mini SC or something like that'd be kind of funny. And then they also get the photo category Hasselblad X2D. That's
Hasselblad.
actually kind of like I kind of want to try to put in the front competition and try to win that. That's like I've always wanted to own a Hasselblad camera. I mean, technically I have a Mavic 3, but that's not a that doesn't really count as a Hasselblad
Not the
camera.
same.
I want a real Hasselblad camera. So that's super exciting.
It comes
Whoever
with
gets
two
that.
lenses too, which is great.
Yeah, which is huge because you just get the camera, you still won't be able to afford the lenses. So it's
Yes.
nice that they throw in lenses. Let's see, other ones are Mavic 3 Pros, DJI Air 3, a DJI Vata, which is super fun to fly. I still need to buy one of those. And then some Osmo Pockets, Osmo Actions, Osmo Mobile 6. Did we do a show with the Osmo Pocket 3?
No,
No, we did. We
no,
did.
we skipped it because you were away last week.
Oh, that's right. I was. Yeah. So yeah, Pocket 3 came out not that long ago, and that's a cool little thingamajig. I don't know. I don't use it, but like I mean, I have friends who do use it for YouTube, so that's a really fun one. And possibly that's the same or similar camera that might be coming to a Mini 5. I think yeah, that's the next one. So I mean, a 1-inch sensor, pretty dope. So yeah, I think when do they go through? It goes through February 2nd. 2024. So, yeah, if you think you can win, if you're a good drone photographer, good drone videographer,
There are the
feel free
judges.
to enter. So, yeah, good array of judges there. Everyone, I feel like I've recognized most of them. So, yeah, should be really really awesome. I mean, I don't know. Is it just U.S. or is it international? Do you know?
Videos participants can submit through Sky Pixel, DJI
Because
official
usually sometimes
website.
like they'll have that
I
limitation whether or
believe
not
it's
it's a U.S. only.
international.
Yeah, I think it's international too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of like requirements if you look down there, like video, like the video can use non-DJI products in the video. It doesn't all have to be drones, but like 30
Oh,
seconds of it
interesting.
has to be drones.
Yeah.
Like, and it has to be a DJI drone.
Well, of
Um,
course.
yeah. And then there's I mean, not what else are you gonna be using? I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess I'll Light Plus would be pretty decent, but
And
I
they
don't know.
did list previous years contest
Yeah. And
winners.
then
At
for the
least you want to
photo, it
get a
has to
feel.
be the photo has to be a drone photo, obviously.
Mhm.
Has to be a DJI drone, obviously. And then your files, you have to like export it with all your information to show that it was taken with a DJI drone. Although sometimes when I have drones, the file, the export file, or all the metadata is like wrong. It doesn't even tell you what it is. It's weird. I've had that. I've had some. Maybe that's pre-release stuff. Maybe I don't know.
Uh, I believe there's a photo forensics. Like some people actually do photo forensics,
Really, and you
and
can tell what.
yeah, there's software and also just based on experience. I don't know the specifics, but apparently, yeah, that is a position, and they can help to judge and figure out, when, how, and what is the picture taken now.
Gotcha. I didn't think you could tell the camera. That's impressive. But yeah, no, it's Sky Pixel 9th annual every year. So we'll see. Usually they get like just
If you
phenomenal stuff.
submitted anything, please let us know,
Please
and
share.
we
Yeah,
will keep
share what
eye
you
on it.
submitted.
Yeah,
That'd be
please share
great.
with us.
And I'll try to one up you.
Okay, next story. This is a new DJI drone that's not coming to stores near you,
10 out of 10.
unfortunately.
10 out of 10 headline by Bruce there. Yeah, it's been leaked since I don't know, like the spring was it? Because I remember I used to, a lot. It was within the Air 3 leaks.
Mini 4, when we're talking about Mini 4 about to
I
be
think it was
released,
Air 3 as
there
well.
were
I think it was
I
Air
can't
3.
remember with Air 3, but I definitely remember along
It
with Mini
definitely was
4,
Air 4, Mini 4 as well.
there were leaks about this. I first saw the story actually on my Chinese social media. And that's why I turned to my technical team and I said, "Did you guys hear about Dimitri's 3D?" And they're like, "No."
Yeah,
That's why
because
we're like,
you
"Okay."
reached out to me and I'm like, we haven't gotten any press releases on it, and it makes sense why is because it's a China only release, which makes sense.
I'm surprised for enterprise solution, it's a China only release.
Oh, it's similar to like I guess the start of the agriculture. I guess the regulations are just probably better over there for it
But
because
this is
right
more
now
for
BV loss
security. Like
is
this is more, yeah, this is more for security inspection, like true remote sensing because you can be
yeah,
somewhere else, right? Controlling
mhm,
the dock or the station.
yeah.
And don't get scared off by the price because that's RMB,
But
not
also like the price
USD.
that includes the dock as well. Like this is a
Yes.
package set. You get the dock and you get the
Yeah.
drone, which is a fixed wing drone. So we've seen the leaks for it for a while now. If you've been following the site, it's practically a
It's
fixed
okay,
armed,
let me correct it. It's non-foldable,
fixed wing.
not
It's
fixed.
fixed
Well, I
arm.
mean, yes, it's fixed
Say
arm, so
whatever.
it's
It's
non-foldable.
they're basically wings. Um, they're not at all, but that's what I'm going with. Um, yeah, like the arms are fixed in. I guess that's probably like a reduced to point of failure. I guess that makes sense. If this is going to be fully
Well,
autonomous,
because
then like
it's a package with a dock.
yeah,
It's
like
not
it's only
meant
meant to
to
be used
be.
with the dock. There's no point of folding the arms in at all.
Mhm.
Um, it actually has a pretty nice camera spec setup. I think it has like a micro four thirds wide angle and then like a almost a 1 inch zoom, I believe. Let me double check that. But
What's more important, it's also the dock itself. It's a much so if you've seen the
it's
original
much
DJI
smaller.
dock, this is much smaller. I believe it's 35 kilograms, so 2 people can easily lift it and move it around.
Yeah. 75 pounds for us freedom
Yeah,
users.
yeah.
Um but yeah, it's like kind of like a Mavic 3 made into like a dock setup. It's probably about the same size as the Mavic 3, maybe a
Right.
little bit bigger. But
I'm surprised by why they're not releasing. I mean, I understand if they want to avoid the North American market for regulations and other
mhm.
reasons, but why China only? Why not some of the other countries that had
I
less
have
restrictions?
so my theory is that it's China only, but I'm sure it's easy for Asian countries around China to still get it. Um, like it's not like United States where they go through so many different
But
exports.
even in South America, DJI's spring, like agriculture spring
Yeah,
drones, are pretty popular in South America.
yeah.
So
So
why not making it available there?
I don't know. All I know is that so there's a couple experts. So Brandon
Brandon
Shulin and
Schumann, yeah.
Steven Sutter. Yeah, they both kind of chimed in on it. That like I mean, like, it's a good drone, it's a cool drone, it's an awesome drone, but like the market just isn't there yet here in Europe and the United States and North America. Like,
Well, it's the
it's
regulation
mostly
isn't there. Regulation isn't there to
it's
support it.
it's it would be if regulations were friendly, it would be used 100%. Like the amount of pipelines that are across Canada, United States, like, I mean, like this would be perfect for it.
Railway
Um,
inspections. There are so many things you can
yeah,
do with this.
rails and all that stuff, and so it would be pretty solid for I mean, use case wise. It's just like no one's doing it because I mean, if you even with current regulations, you still need to have staff members to moderate it all. Like it's not like fully autonomous yet, so it makes sense that China, who will be more friendly towards DJI, to make their products more successful. It makes sense for them to launch it just there, and then like their agricultural drones, like it comes over eventually once
Right.
everything works out. Once the market kind of improves over here, this stuff comes over. So I would expect this to come over eventually. There's no way I mean, I don't know. I feel like it would be kind of stupid for DJI not to release something in the United States eventually. Everything they release eventually comes over to the United States. I mean, the market is just, we like buying stuff over here. So
We shall see.
we like buying things that fly over here. So
There was a question on can we see waivers based on this tech? Well, might convince the
don't,
US first. Mm,
I mean, the
personally, I
FAA
don't
loves
know,
waiving. The FAA loves waivers. So I wouldn't be surprised down the road if
but they
they,
don't love DJI.
yeah. So what I would expect, so they're coming up next year or so. They're supposed to like redo the BV loss regulations pretty much, or like improve them.
Well, I think
So
everyone's trying to see if remote sensing actually works, like remote ID actually
yeah,
works.
once
So
remote ID gets
push.
all set up, then they're gonna try to that's the whole point of remote ID really, is to get BV loss like regulations updated. And so maybe in that redo they'll maybe add some waivers in, or like maybe
Hopefully,
they'll start like it'll make these dock products make more sense here in the States.
right.
But well, time will tell. We'll have to see like when that happens. It is FAA. They say next year, it could be in 2026. Who knows? So
We shall see. Well, moving on to a new drone. We talked about Brink on a couple of the previous shows. They are making a new public safety drone, Lemur, depending on how they call it.
lemur. That's
Lemur.
I've heard of lemur.
I guess I was going French.
Maybe am I missing an A in lemur? I think I don't know. I'm
Okay,
just
it's
gonna
the
call it
second
lemur.
generation, regardless, and they started delivering it to U.S. public safety agencies. I guess we'll see what's the feedback, because those guys are used to their preference was
Yeah.
still on the DJI Matrix 30T or M3T. Those two had been really popular models for public safety. Let's see if they're liking this because it's mostly usability, right? Any U.S. manufacturer that's trying to take market share from DJI, you really have
Yep.
to work on usability to make it user friendly.
Yeah, I haven't flown any of Brinks stuff. I've only flown Scadio and what was the other one?
I'll tell.
No, not I'll. Well, yeah, I'll. No, for US wise. What's the other one? Teal.
Oh, I remember you tried one.
Yeah, the teal as well.
The
Yeah.
deal, yes.
Yeah, and I mean they're usable enough. I mean the Skydio is a little sketchy for me to fly because it doesn't feel like you're actually flying it, but the teal seems usable enough for what you get. I guess I don't know.
But
Um,
what I find with public safety agencies, the challenge is a lot of them don't have a compliance program, right? And I'm
yeah,
not saying like government compliance. I'm saying if you look at a few of the investigations that happened with like public safety drone accidents, the
yep,
reports came back as, oh, the pilot flew for one flight in 12 months period, or had one flight day in 12 months period. So the thing is, the skills don't retain because they have to work with so many types of equipment.
yep.
And if this is not using, let's say, the same interface as the other equipment, they will forget the skills and the knowledge just simply won't retain, right? They forget the workflow. So it's when they
Mhm.
don't have that compliance process to say, okay, for our designated drone pilots, say every season, if you didn't fly, you have to come to, let's say, the department's, training site, at least take the drone out, at least run through a couple of, the checklist, make sure take off, make sure someone's signing off on those so you don't
Yep.
forget the workflow, right? And the
The-
equipment handling.
yeah, and especially the software side of things, or the usability side of things, how even just the apps you use to fly them.
Mhm.
They're really like, for both Skydio and Teal. You can tell that they were designed for the military and then brought to public safety because
Right.
they're really technical. And it makes sense if you are a in the Army or in the Marines, and this is your job. Your job is to know this system and like be perfect at the system and know what everything does, and that's what you do day in and day out, pretty much is what you're training to do. But when you throw it out into public safety, I mean, you're dealing with sometimes you'll get a large department like a sheriff's department or like New York or Chicago PD, and they'll have dedicated drone units, and that's all they do is drone. But then you'll run into cities like, in my city, we have like an officer who they're state patrol, but like they only use drones very rarely. So that's just something that they dabble in, and so now they don't know the system. Like they're not using the system day in day out. But if you throw in
plus there's
DJI or
firmware
they're
update.
perfect at it because it's
If
really
someone
well used.
isn't actually managing and maintaining the system, if they don't
Yeah.
fly for a few months, there's a major firmware update. You can
Yep.
just decide to take it out on the day, and before it flies, you are forced to update firmware.
Yeah, like public safety is not set up for like someone. A lot of police agencies in the United States are not set up to have like someone. This is their only job to know the drones. Like they need not just a system that's easy to use right off the bat. They need to have systems to train and make sure there's all the people have skills up, and that's actually what Wisconsin DOT is actually working on that with their state patrol. But just having a system that's like easy to use, which is something that I think Skydio and Teal like fall short at, is that their UI and like how they use their products is just so like the level's just so much higher to understand for like a regular off the street cop
Learning
to
curve,
understand.
right? It's the
But
learning
hand them a DJI drone and they'll be able to figure it out in like, I mean, I watch cops who've never flown a drone. They get handed a Avata and they know how to use it in like 30 seconds, pretty much. I mean, like it's so, some of their stuff's so intuitive. So
Well, they just start. So Brink just started delivering their second generation to public safety. Let's see what the user feedback is.
interested to see how those work out. Hopefully next time there's an event near me with all their enterprise drones, to have one. I can test it out.
We shall see. I also have two software stories. There's a drone deploy with Flightbase. They're partnering up to unify drone operations, which if you know drone deploy, right, a lot of construction engineering sector uses drone deploy to do the photogrammetry processing. So it's interesting to see Flightbase and drone deploy working together. I guess
It's good to see these segmented products like working together. Like there's no reason why these two companies didn't need to work together, because like they're separate enough to where they can integrate instead of having like cross between software, which is nice.
Right. The other one is from Skybrots. So if you've been following Skybrots, it's the newer software that just came out. The one thing I liked from Skybrots is similar to where the software is really going for drone data processing. Is if you look at this little interface right here, this means you can take pictures with your drone and then you can drop the files there. Obviously, they're saying compatible DJI or Autel drones, but like let's say previously what you have to do is you have to download a specific app. Like Pix4D used to have a Pix4D capture, right? So you have to download that app, and that's the app you use when you're flying the drone. And that's when you run into challenges, because third-party apps don't always work well with the DJI controller or DJI system. So this is the smarter approach I find. It's okay, you capture the pictures on your drone using whatever flight control software or app is available, and then you just import the pictures. The software just does the post-processing part. So I'm personally going to try this out, especially for let's say Mavic 3 non-enterprise model, and also Mini 3 that you can't install a third-party app on the controller.
Mini 4 you can't use it for that. Air 3 you can't use it for that.
So I'm going to try capturing a few pictures and plug those in and see how it works.
Nice. Yeah, it would probably be really good. Yeah, and much cheaper solution than enterprise.
So go give it a try. It is for free, and I believe it's a US-based software, right?
Yep.
That's all the stories we have for you this week. We are approaching Thanksgiving with Black Friday, right? So next week we should circle back with some Black Friday deals
Black Friday deals.
And
like we already saw the
gift
Avata off
ideas.
30% this week. So I mean, I don't know what's coming up. Maybe Mini 4 will go on sale. Air 3 will go on sale. That'd be huge. Air 3.
I don't think the newer drones will go on sale. They may
I don't think they would either, but I would really want it to.
They may throw in some of the accessories, something different. But we shall see. I'll see you
Maybe
back
like
next
RC
Friday.
too. Yeah.
Yep. And have a nice weekend.
Have a good one.